Bruce Gordon with the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. We're here today to discuss the process and how the BCA conducts officer-involved investigations. As you know, the incident in Minneapolis is very much an active and ongoing investigation. As a result, there are elements of that case that we are unable to discuss. Drew Evans, the superintendent of the BCA, will explain in just a moment. He'll also be available to answer a few questions after an opening statement. Also here today are Minnesota Public Safety Commissioner Mona Doman and Kevin Lindsay, the Minnesota Department of Human Rights Commissioner. Drew Evans.
Good afternoon. This afternoon I'll cover some aspects of our investigation, provide you a little bit of update as to where we're at. Last night, Jamar Clark, age 24 of Minneapolis, died as a result of the injuries sustained in the incident involving the Minneapolis police officers on November 15th. He has been taken to the Hennepin County Medical Examiner's office for autopsy, which will be underway. The police officers that were involved in this incident are still on paid administrative leave, and our agents are in the process of arranging interviews in the next day or two with them to interview them in relation to this incident. One of the reasons we're here today is to provide a little bit more information as to where we are. BCA agents have been working to interview numerous witnesses related to this case. They've talked to numerous people. They've been gathering evidence, gathering information, and gathering video related to this incident. Several videos have been obtained related to this incident, none of which captured the event in its entirety. Those video will not be released at this time, as it is normal protocol with our investigations, as releasing them would impact the integrity of the investigation that's ongoing currently, and would impact the integrity of the eventual prosecutorial review process that will be pending at the conclusion of our investigation. The police officers' names will be released after the interviews have been completed, which are ongoing. Our agents from the BCA have been in contact with the FBI, and there are two separate aspects of this investigation that are ongoing. They have identified the roles of both the BCA, which is investigating the officer-involved shooting related to Minnesota laws, and then the FBI, which will be examining the incident related to federal civil rights laws as well. So at this time, we will open it up for a few questions.
Can you confirm the race of Mr. Clark?
Mr. Clark is African American.
Can you also just kind of elaborate? You know, a lot of these protesters, you're hearing them say that they really want you guys to release this video. Like you just said, that's not going to happen. This video is going to show the whole situation in its entirety. So can you just tell them? I mean, another reason why we just can't release any of this video is that it could taint witness interviews. Or you can kind of just elaborate on that.
So the video that we've received, as I've noted, does not capture the incident in its entirety for many of the videos that we've received so far. As part of the investigative process, we're interviewing many witnesses. We'd ask anybody that still has video to come forward and contact the BCA at 651-793-7000, or anybody that's witnessed the incident that occurred. Part of that, as we've noted in releasing that, is we don't want to taint the interviews that may be ongoing with witnesses in this case, and by having the video being public, we would potentially taint portions of the investigation.
And can you confirm, are these from individual parties, witnesses, or off of dash camera type stuff from Minneapolis PD?
So there are no dash camera video in this case. There are no body camera video in this case. The video that's been obtained thus far is there's video from the ambulance rig that was on scene. There's video that was obtained from a police camera in the area that was stationed, a stationed mobile police camera in the area, from Public Housing Authority cameras, from individuals that had recorded on cell phone video, and then we are working with the Elks Club across the street to examine their video.
Is the shooting itself, have you made a visual observation of these videos and captured?
There is no, again, as part of the investigation that's ongoing, we're reviewing all the video. We're still talking to people to get with that information. There are portions of the incident captured on the video.
Your release says Mr. Clark was disrupting paramedics' ability to help an assault victim. What exactly was he doing, and what's his relationship with that victim?
That's still part of the information that we're gathering through this. They knew each other. They were people that knew each other. When I talk about disrupting the ambulance personnel, they were trying to provide treatment at the time, and that he was in the area of that. But we're discerning all the details related to that.
Can you talk about the process of Minneapolis asking you how long, and it seems like there was, I'm hearing about 10 hours before you guys actually kicked in your investigation, which seems, maybe that is protocol to wait that long, but can you say how that came?
I cannot elaborate on the internal process for the Minneapolis Police Department. We were contacted about 8:30 in the morning, Sunday morning.
How many times was he shot?
That's part of the investigation. Until the autopsy is complete, we would not release that information, but that autopsy is ongoing.
To be clear, with the dash cam video, was it rolling at all, or just didn't show anything, or was
There
it-
is no dash cam video at all.
No video at all?
Police officers had no cameras in their cars or on their body at the time of the incident.
There's no dash cam video or body camera video at all.
You gave a 2 to 4 month potential period for this investigation. Is it because it's more complex, because there has obviously been officer-involved shootings that you've been involved with, and within 2 days, you seem to have all the answers? Is that a normal timeline, or why is it more complicated?
2 to 4 months is the typical timeline for us to complete investigations. What I will say is this investigation has been given top priority by the BCA, and we will diligently work on this investigation, and it will, as long as that may take. We have interviews and witnesses that are continuing to contact us, and we will complete our investigation when we've covered all aspects and it's complete at that time.
Can you talk about the experience level of the 2 officers, and also how long they've been at the force?
Again, we'll identify the officers once they've been interviewed, and we'll provide additional information at that time.
Say the race of the officer?
Again, we'll identify the officers once those interviews have been completed.
During this, and have you confirmed shot once?
No, we have not confirmed anything. That the autopsy, once it's complete, will be able to provide additional details.
How difficult will it be when you don't have the video in its entirety? Like, how difficult will it be to actually, I guess, figure out exactly what led to the shooting?
So this is part of the reason that video wouldn't be released in these cases, is that we want a thorough and complete investigation where we talk to the witnesses, we examine the video, we examine all the forensic evidence that's undergoing testing in our laboratory, and that we piece all of that information together to provide a complete investigation that will be presented to the county attorney for review, who will make a determination on how to proceed with the case from there.
Will you be able to use all that technology to determine if he had handcuffs on when he was shot? People in the community say so. We're told law enforcement says no. Will you be able to determine that at all?
And as I've said, the investigation we're still undergoing as to exactly how the handcuffs were, it came into this scene. There was handcuffs at the scene at the time, and that we're still examining whether or not they were on Mr. Clark or whether or not they were just fall out at the scene. That's what we're trying to ascertain.
Where on his body was Mr. Clark shot?
Again, the autopsy will provide additional details once that's completed.
Can you tell us if you have any weapons in evidence, one or more, and what the nature of those weapons are?
So we would always, in any officer-involved shooting investigation, we would obtain the officer's weapons involved in the investigation. So we would have officers' weapons that were used in an incident.
Was
Does
there a
squad car
weapon?
have dash cam video, and was it just not rolling for,
No dash cam video in this case.
so it didn't
So
even have a dash cam?
that is my understanding.
And are the officers' weapons the only weapons you have at this point?
That's correct.
Were any weapons found connected to the victim, suspect, however, were Mr. Clark? Are you confirming that he was unarmed?
There was no weapons found at the scene.
Okay, thank you all.